Hmm. Well, it's 4 o'clock UK, 11 a.m. Eastern time, and very silly early in the morning for anybody here from West Coast. So apologies for that. Perhaps I should have made it an hour later. But it just means we've got the keenest of the mustards from Santa Clara, Santa Barbara, and probably from Victoria in BC. Thanks very much for joining us. See a few of our friends here. Nice to see Crystal and Brittany and Christina and oh crikey, wow. Yes, and Steph as well. Yeah, cool. Um, I'll just let the numbers keep rolling up. So there's a few people still joining us, I think. So yeah, so you have to put up with my ugly face and a bit of waffle for a couple of minutes then. Thanks very much for joining us today. This is going to be a pretty quick session. I don't intend to waste any of your precious time when you should be out there looking for affiliates. So basically what I want to do is to share how we built our data pool, what kind of information and intelligence it offers to affiliate managers. And hopefully if you're here, you've probably understood all about our Chrome browser extension and what it offers, and kind of so it's just to show you what's underneath the hood, what's behind the surface of that little kind of colorful octopus in your Chrome browser bar, and kind of how to use that extension to your best, whether it's just as a free installation or whether you think, okay, I can't do without this, I need more information and I'm going to subscribe and get it, even if it's a free trial. Do feel free to take us up on that. Emma will be sharing information in the chat box and whatever, so there'll be an ability to have a download your own copy of it, and also to there'll be a free trial link somewhere later on as well, I'm sure. If I didn't tell Emma that beforehand, then it'll give her time to make up a link for it. So without further ado, I shall hide my ugly mug if that's okay for a bit, and we can talk about kind of how the Chrome browser extension works, what brought it about, kind of, and why we're doing it. Basically, it was a weekend job from one of our junior guys, brilliant young lad, Isaac, who put this together initially, and we've been working on that in beta for a little while and showing it to some of our friends, and we've had some fantastic feedback from it, not just from people who've used it, but also people who think, oh man, this is why has this not happened before, we needed it. So want to show here kind of what's behind it, and basically what drives a little extension, the little octopus, is the fact that we're analyzing and tracking about 300 and something different affiliate networks and private tracking systems, and we're looking at about 3.5 million affiliate websites overall and analyzing those on a monthly basis. And from that, we found on average about 2.7 billion affiliate tracking links, which go out to well over 600,000 advertisers. So that kind of and we can also see the connections between the advertisers and the publishers, the connections between some of the publisher sites as well, which is in there as well. So you can see some of the multiple sites that are owned by some publishers. And of course, we apply machine learning to all of that. So it gives a real depth of analysis, and then brings in some third-party stuff such as traffic and contacts, social media, and a whole load more. And there's more and more being added to this all the time as we respond to our users' requests and kind of light bulb moments when using it. Says, oh, wouldn't it be great to use such and such? So we really love feedback, positive and negative, because that's what drives us to make it better for you. So fair enough to say, how do you find affiliates usually? And that's the thing, we've been asking a few of our friends recently, kind of what it is that's driven them to look for something like what we do. So how do you usually find it? And for most people, for an awful lot of people, what they've been saying to us is, yeah, well, it's down to searching through Google, maybe. If you go onto a program, to an affiliate network, you start your program up, and very often a network affiliate manager will recommend the top affiliates, and it's normally the top 20, 30, the ones basically who are driving the network all of the revenue. So you'll get recommended to look out for Top Cashback and Quidco in the UK, or Ebates and Honey in the US, and the various others, and Smart Canucks in Canada and whatever. And bear in mind, all of these top guys are being recommended to every new advertiser that comes onto the network. And some of the guys, from talking to people like James Little at Top Cashback, they say they get between 4,000 and 6,000 emails a month from advertisers. So that should kind of put it in some kind of context as to what you're up against when trying to recruit new affiliates. It's not an easy gig, even with all the help we can offer you. If you're really lucky, or if you're a massive brand, you get found by affiliates. And OPMs tell us that, potentially kind of because they're working with some of the bigger brands, they don't often have to go and look out for new affiliates. But many of the OPMs are far more proactive and actually do that, and they use our platform to do just that. So if you're a big brand, if you're a smaller, my favorite, gardensheds.com, then it's very likely that you've got an uphill task in actually getting understood. What we want to try and do is to show you the ways and techniques of finding really useful partners who are on a par with yourself, so you can understand and actually build a relationship. And pardon me jumping on my soapbox, but affiliate marketing is not a one and done thing. You don't just start up and leave it and let it roll in the background. It's about building relationships and potential partners that can help actually drive your business forwards on an ongoing basis. It's not like advertising where you stick an advert in and it happens until the advert comes down. You're building a relationship with somebody. And another one of my lovely kind of analogies, think of it a bit like a leaky party balloon. You've got to keep it pumped up. So keep the communication going. That way you can make sure it does it. But first thing of all, you need to find them. So how do you find it? So we talked about maybe on the network directory. And so you'll see here from an affiliate's point of view, they go on there and they can look through programs and find them. If you're in the airline business, that must be really, really confusing. So there's how many different programs there? So Russia, Sweden, UK, US, if you've got an affiliate site with multiple areas, that can be a bit of a challenge, of course. And of course, you can do the old school thing of looking through Google search on your favorite keywords. Here's one for the baby clothes reviews. We'll have a look at that in a bit more detail in a minute. You can look at online forums, of course. There are LinkedIn groups like all the affiliates in the world.com or whatever it might be. But keyword in Google seems to be, from our conversations with advertisers recently, it seems to be the kind of the last resort, but also the one that actually delivers something, even if it is damned hard work when you get down past page 5, page 6, and page 7 to find somebody who's relevant. So our extension is there to actually kind of cut through some of this and make it much easier. It's usable in general Google search, even without an account, and it shows up instantly. You just simply go to the Chrome Web Store, hit install, and find affiliates. Literally is that simple. And well, that's my screenshot. And as you can see, I've already got it, so it's asking me to remove it. No, thank you. That's quite useful. Thank you, Roger. So all you need to do is 2 clicks in there, and then you pin it to your toolbar, literally like that. Your little octopus appears up here, and every time you land on an affiliate site, this is what shows up, a little number. If it's not an affiliate site, it'll be a grey box. It might be using other advertising forms, or it might be doing all sorts of other stuff, but it won't be one of the links we found. And then pin it to your toolbar. So every time you're browsing through Google or whatever it might be, that will show up, say, oh, right, that one's an affiliate site, bang. So much easier. I'll show you how to use that and how it all works. So let's move on to a bit of a live search. So what we'll do is we'll look for some baby clothes reviews, if that's okay. I don't know why I suggested that, I just sort of pick it at random. And you can see here all sorts of things like Amazon appears on page 1 of Google. Now, I took in page 1 because it's nice and easy, and you get Trustpilot and all sorts of other ones here. So you get some like Supernatural Collections, a very lucky advertiser, but it looks like they don't appear to have any affiliate links on their system. So they're purely their own stuff. You do find some advertisers who have affiliate partnerships, massive thing at the moment. PartnerEye, Awin, and Impact, of course. They're talking about partnerships all the time. One of the top sites here, though, is Made for Mums. You can click on that, and immediately you can see, all right, there's a massive, great takeover on there, and literally a huge takeover by Silver Cross. Obviously, because it's got a U, not an O, it's for the UK market. And you can see here that when we click on that, because I have got a subscription, or I happen to be kind of working for Publisher Discovery, I can click on that and see this. What you'd tend to see would be, if you haven't been using this, you'll see a box like this. So it'll show the information, but you might want to start a free trial. Give it 7 days, kick the tires, see how it goes. But when you have got a trial going or a live account, you see all this information. You can see their Instagram, you can see their Twitter, you can see the traffic score as well. And you can see how many affiliate networks they're connected to. So Awin, CJ. So if your program's on Awin or CJ or whichever, you know that, right, Made for Mums, I haven't seen them as yet, but I know if I look on Awin, I'll be able to find them so I can add them to my program. Really nice and easy. So it just gives you the ability to find the low-hanging fruit. And that information can also be searched and filtered within the main platform. I'll show you a little bit of, I wasn't going into a full platform demo later on, but I'll just show you a little bit of how that works as well in a bit. You can see how many that connects it to. So you can see Argos, Bugaboo, Etsy, Bubba, John Lewis, etc., etc. So you can see they're linking through to quite a lot of stuff, and they're doing it in a proper way, available from Blade and Rose and Amazon, and there'll be a disclaimer somewhere on here as well. And of course, you can see here that very easy to reach out. Leeds, they're based in Leeds, there you go, or Westminster, not quite sure what that's about. Awards, contact us. So what I do is I would probably contact us, and if you click on that, that will copy it, pop that into your email client and send them off and contact them. I would also add a little kind of thing of mine. If you've got a program ID and if you've got a Twitter handle for your affiliate program, follow them on Twitter as well, because when they receive that email to contact us, they'll know that you and your brand is now following them as well. So it gives you an opportunity just to double the touch points and increase the amount of potential for recruiting. And you can see the traffic score is pretty decent, so you wouldn't shuffle that one out of bed. So pretty useful, well worth recruiting. So really nice and simple. If we take something totally different, we can go for something like, say, for instance, here's one I prepared earlier. Let's have a look for fishing rod reviews or something. I chose that mainly because it's such a niche kind of area that in reality, you won't get vast numbers of things happening. So if you think in terms of where we're going with this, you can see here that under fishing rod reviews, you've got UK Best Reviews Guide. One of the top ones there though is Best Fishing Rod and Reel from the New York Times. And you click through those and think, Times must be huge. And yes, it is huge, but they link through to 101 affiliate programs. So as with so much over 2020, and well, even before that, some of the mainstream press were strongly and increasing their use of affiliate linking, not just using things like Skimlinks, VigLink, and Digidip. They're actually direct linking with partners. So you can see Barnes & Noble, Black Country, Apple, 1Password, and a whole load of others. They're linking to over 100 different programs direct. So when you're reading a Wirecutter news item from New York Times, you know that these are likely to be, even though it looks like just a standard newspaper article, but there you go, he's done really well. May the 19th, he's already on page 1 of Google with that. But there again, they're a huge publisher, so what do you expect? So you can see you've got all of that information appears here, all of the social information, the fact they've got massive amounts of traffic, and you can see the keywords coming in, and you can see it's really, really general here. All sorts of things, because they're linking to so many different programs and they've got so much content, it will be pretty much general. And Wirecutter looks like it's toys for both adults and kids, and gaming and entertainment, so that's its main focus. So if you were in, say, the fishing area, that might not be your best potential one. One article, yeah, that's okay, but it doesn't give you a long-term and kind of expandable relationship. If we were to go and think, okay, let's go down to page 3 or something like that. And so you can see down here that you've got other stuff coming up. And so look down for one here, it might be quite useful. So Match Fishing Magazine. Again, that's a mainstream magazine. So if we click through to that one, if it's going to open up, looks like they've got a very slow website. Now it looks like that one there is not, as far as I can tell. It would normally come up really quickly. Search pole and rod reviews. The person I was looking for, it looks like Google's just changed its algorithm and the whole thing's changed it out. So it's what always happens on a live thing. So if we go down to here and we find, say, totalfishingtackle.com, for instance, as a random one, I'm now finding nobody who's got affiliate links, which is typical, isn't it? So there, this one here, Fishing Pioneer, there you go. That one's got affiliate links coming in. So you can see they're working with 2 networks, 2 partners, Austin Kayak, Tackle Direct, really simple. Now, if they're a useful kind of thing, looking at their content, pretty good on the fishing stuff. And what you can do here, of course, you can just click on the star and that will add to your saved publishers. So if you're a subscriber and whatever, you would then know that you can just add that into there and you'll be able to see that in your platform. Not massive amounts of traffic, but if you're a small brand, that could be a far better partner for you, because otherwise, if it's a big brand, it's likely that you'll be swamped by the people with massive amounts of traffic. And a smaller publisher often relishes the idea of working with an up and coming brand, because that way they get a bigger chance of a relationship and an ongoing business with that particular advertiser. So you've seen that we say Fishing Pioneer into our system here. So if we go into the platform, if we have a look at my saved publishers, we can see that, and Fishing Pioneer appears. There you go. So that's one we've put in earlier, and there's 2 partners, and the social links have come up, and of course the same information appears in there that we had before. Really, really simple. So very simple then. If you start up your free trial, you can see there, if we look at all that, there's all this information here. You can look at your vertical. So if it's sports and outdoors, you can configure your account here. And so we've got sports and outdoor. And if I was Dick's Sporting Goods, which is one of the big ones in the USA, you probably want to look at your competitors as well. And so very, very simple. From this, you can filter down by country, by affiliate network. So if you wanted to find all the people who are on AWIN, really nice and simple, that filters your 9,000 down to about probably 2.5 or something as a guess, about 3,000. So 3,000 of these affiliates are already working with AWIN. So that should give you a good couple of hours worth of recruiting, keep you busy for a week or so, I should guess. Then you can look at your competitors, see who you're missing out on. So Canvas, Country, Gun Winner. So we're looking here at multiples. If you just wanted to look at Bass Pro with the fishing stuff, say, right, that's cool. So it might want to be kind of, where are we? Got some interesting looking stuff down here. So what prepper support is? I know what that is. It's something to do with websites where they're kind of preparing for all sorts of horrors happening in the world. It only seems to happen in America. The rest of the world's quite happy. But there you go. And you can see all the information they've got. You can see how many networks they've got. You also see what other websites they own as well. So Beautiful Guns, Gunjoy, Hunting Winner, Ammo Winner, Optics Freak, all that kind of stuff. So you hit prepper support, you've landed 8 potential other affiliates all in one bag. Nice and simple. So happy bit of hunting there. So it's pretty simple as to how the platform works. We didn't want to take up a lot of time. Hopefully I've managed to cover this in about 15, 16 minutes or something like that. And I think probably what I would say is to say from our perspective, we would love to understand how we can help you more. And we'd love to understand what it is that's driving your needs and kind of how we can help you make your business a bit easier. So have a free trial. You'll get a load of support from us. You'll get emails which will help you to understand what's going on. And we really want to go work with you. We want to help you make life easier. I've done it the hard way from network side and client side, and understand how tough it is finding affiliates. So that's why we developed this, to try and make it much easier for you guys to find affiliates and make life easier. So I'm not sure, I've seen a bit of activity there. Are there any questions that I need to answer? Has anyone got any questions thinking about it? I see there's one's been answered. Oh, cheers, Steph. Looks like there's some tools happening. Costs after the trial, that's a nice easy one. Yeah, it kicks off at about $99 or £99. It's about £1 to the dollar at the moment for the basic one. And that way you'll be able to look at 3 competitors, a bit like we did in that one there, looking at Cabela's and a few others. So if your competitors are huge, that's great. If you're in a tight niche, they'll probably have much smaller programs. If you're in finance, they probably have really tiny programs, about 10 affiliates connected. It all depends upon the sector, but we're more than happy to support them whatever as well, if that works fine. And that goes up from 99 up to 1,000 a month if you want the enterprise one. So if you've got multiple websites that you're going to need to work on, if you've got, say, multiple brands, or you're working in multiple geos, for instance, Nike might well be working in US, UK, Europe, etc., etc., etc. So it's really nice and simple. And you can expand and contract your program to fit your workflow. And we're really keen to work with you and understand what your workflow is. Question from Simran. Why am I unable to log into the extension you use it? I'm not quite sure what you mean. Perhaps if you can send me an email or something, or if you drop your email address into the chat there and just send it to us, and I'll pop you a mail and we can have a chat afterwards. You should be able to log into your extension. Should be really simple. Just download it, upload it into the system, and it'll start working pretty much straight. Just put your email address and start working straight away. If you've got an account with us and a subscription, you need to make sure it's the same email address that you're using with the subscription. So if you're working at affiliates@agency.com, whatever it might be, don't put fredblogs@agency.com or it won't connect up. Does that make sense? Pitch deck, haven't really. We've got a cracking website though, with loads of information on it. It covers the extension, it covers everything else. Yeah, so happy to provide you with that. I think we've got a one-pager we can share with you as well if that's useful. So yeah, Crystal says she wasn't able to log in directly from, had to go to the website and log in. Yeah, it ties the two together and it makes sense. Emma, probably share my email address here. I don't know if I can, yeah, it's on this screen anyway, chris.tragic@publisherdiscovery.com. If you search for my name, I think I'm all over the internet and you can just hook up with me on LinkedIn or whatever it might be. Having a silly surname like that one means that you can find me anywhere, or I can't escape anyone, one or the other. Pedro, interesting question. Yeah, that sounds like it could be quite fun. So yeah,
mind if I just jump in here, Chris? Because I think, Pedro, that is part of our plan for our phase 2 release, but it does involve a lot more building on our end.
Yeah, sneak peek of the future.
I'm pushing for this as much as you guys are. So if I can put on my side of the fence, then great.
Yeah. The past 18 years in affiliates has meant that I've understood how tough it is finding affiliates. I thought it was hard at network side back in buyout days years ago, and AWIN before then. Like went client side and realized really at a small client, small brand, and I realized how tough it was to find and engage affiliates. And what we're trying to do is just basically to provide you with the shortcuts. We know how tough it is to do the traditional thing of trawling through Share a Sale or AWIN or CJ's directories. We're trying to provide some of that. So some of our partners have got a really cool internal system like Affiliate Future and Link Connector have. Others have got, if you work with Tune or Cake or a couple of other partners, have a look on our partners page and you'll see who we're working with. Then they sometimes have other installations which could be useful for you as well. But we're really keen to make sure it all works for as many people as possible, save you time and effort. I think one couple of our users have said it can save them several hours a week just searching for the right, most appropriate affiliate. And the beauty is all of the things you find in our system, they're all affiliates. None of them are kind of SEO links or standard backlinks and whatever it might be. They're all affiliates because we've understood what's doing the tracking, where it's come from, where it's going to. So all of the sites that you see in our system and all the ones we identify with the extension, they're all actual affiliate websites. So they're all using or have been using affiliate links. Much, much easier than trying to tell a mommy blogger what affiliate marketing is. And you've probably done that yourself. I know I have. Well, thanks very much for your time today. If you've got any other questions, do feel free to fire them through to me at this email address, or fire it through to a help desk on our website. There's a little help button at the bottom. Fire it through there, and we'd be more than happy to answer them. Meantime, have fun with the extension if you've downloaded it. If you haven't, you're missing a trick. You really need to be. Yeah, we'd love you to welcome you on board and working with Publisher Discovery. Thanks very much for your time, everyone. And we look forward to working with you soon.